Welcome back to more Seelow Heights. You thought I was done with it, didn't you? But we are only just getting started because we are on the 27th of April 1945, latest start date, and today we are going to save Japan for real because we have a new strategy and also a new Pacific update. And if you want to see more of the late war content, please hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. There is a lot more of it on the way, and let's jump on in. The setting sun, so it begins. We are back trying to save Japan. So we've got a lovely new update for the Pacific where we have some Asia Pacific War missions to deal with, which will eradicate the setting sun national spirit. So before, the setting sun national spirit and also the terror bombing couldn't be removed unless you just remove the modifiers. So now we have missions where holding on to certain lands, Philippines, Rangoon, Okinawa will slightly reduce the setting sun. If we fail them, it makes it worse. So the national spirits we have, the setting sun, which is org, attrition, recovery, basically is making our army pretty bad. We also have the terror bombing devastation, which essentially halves our industry with factory output, productivity, and construction and consumer goods. So we definitely need to get rid of that, and we now have options to get rid of it by controlling the land. The new update, they've also added some new events and invasions, well, historical timed invasions. So it looks like we have Operation Downfall that will be coming our way, which is obviously the invasion of our home island. So no matter what happens, I think we have that coming. So we get a few little decisions here where we get some manpower, a bit of entrenchment. We get some buffs helping towards that, a bit of recovery for 30 days and defense on core territory. So when the invasion comes, which I assume it is, we will definitely be using these decisions to try and counteract that. We'll start by securing the beachhead, so we'll make a couple of forts for some factory uses. So we've got removal modifiers, and we can disable the scripted naval invasions, which are the new naval invasions, but we'll obviously be leaving that all on because we want the proper Japanese experience. So it'll be interesting to see what they are. We'll go and get a bit of war propaganda, make sure our war support is good. We haven't got too much PP, so we'll do all the propaganda. We'll need them. Women in the workforce, I could do with the stability. Recruitment pop, we are actually quite okay on because we are at 3 million at the moment, so I'll leave that for now. Anything else we want decisions? So the rivalry here, what we want to do is go and prioritize our steel for ships to get us 4 extra dockyards, and we want our navy to be strengthened and then dominant. So we're going to tip the scales towards the navy. On scraping the barrel, which I don't really want. We don't need the manpower, and I could do with more factory output and not dockyard output. So we will start losing manpower, but I won't be needing too much to begin with, so that's fine. Advisor-wise, we've got political power gain. We'll go for the war industrial, or Prince of Terror as well. We'll go war industrialist for the dockyard construction speed and then the mill construction speed. I will get Prince of Terror later on, but I don't really need the non-core manpower yet, and we don't have much PP, so there's not really any I can get because of the command power now and our military high command. So there's a few I want, but we'll have to wait for the command power, so we will just hang on to the rest of the PP for now while that builds up. The focus tree, I was really hoping there was a new little focus bit like they do with Germany, but that's a shame they don't. So we'll start with our usual range focus for our naval bombers. So we'll wait 70 days for that to crack on before we switched over to the bombers. We'll get a intelligence agency on the go. 5 research slots. Main thing we're doing is industry, obviously, and unfortunately we have lost our lovely Japanese thing where they have both the industry sides done. So our industry is now a lot worse. So we'll go for streamlined construction. We will also go and get new subs. We could get improved snorkel, but there isn't too many provinces that are shallow, so we'll go for just 1944 subs. Anything to do with torpedo damage is already done, which is good. We could do a bit of infantry, so we'll go and get the mortars. And then the other research slot, everything seems to be quite well done. Not going to be able to do tanks yet. Air is looking all good. We'll get torpedoes. We'll upgrade our torpedoes, definitely, and we'll go naval bomber design. Construction-wise, we are just building dockyards to begin with. We want a good, healthy amount. We've got quite a nice industry now of 48 civs to get them going. Now, we've got a new strat, which is all of this land here in China, we are just going to abandon. We're falling out of China and we are giving it all up because the terror bombing, devastation and the setting sun just means we cannot make enough equipment to be able to fight the Pacific and the naval invasions and also hang on to China. So especially the setting sun, we're just going to get pushed out and the attrition is terrible. So first thing we're going to do is pull out of China and consolidate our islands, and we're going to fight for the Pacific first. The islands I desperately need is the Philippines, which isn't in a great state. Okinawa, which we finally have a port up there. I'm pretty sure that didn't exist before because you just got crushed. So we should be able to reinforce Okinawa. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and delete all of these units in China. I know I could try and pull them out, but I think we'll lose far too much resource and equipment where I can just delete them and get them back and we can build some new ones. So that leaves us with 118 divisions. All of these here are sort of encircled, so we're just going to get the remainder of the manpower we can out of them and just delete them. This is what we're going to use for our port guards. So we've got enough equipment now. We can have real chunky port guards of 18 with engineer and recon, and then we'll use these 24 width. We'll add some artillery, and these are going to be the ones that are fighting the front lines, which obviously we won't have many. So I've reorged the lines. We've got 14 divisions which are going to reinforce Okinawa as long as they can hold. We've got 5 divisions we're going to hold here to stop them ploughing into Malaya because we do want to hold on to that and the East Indies here. We've got 16 who are going to fall into the Philippines. We're just going to try and hold this top island here, and then once we've, secured it, we'll then push out. So as long as we've got a beachhead there. The rest of them, we've got 2 lots. One army of 35 is on the home islands, and then the other one are going to be the rest of the Pacific, which we are going to try and hold on to. Our production, we are not building any of these boats. We don't want any of that. We don't want these early subs. We are going full on into good sub production to conquer the Pacific again. So we're going to go 1940 subs, best that they can be essentially. We'll have torpedoes and radars on the go, the raiding fleet, and we're going to be mass producing these for as long as we can until we have got a good fleet of them just sinking every convoy in the Pacific. We finally have some good factory count. We've got 43. I know I'll lose a bit from falling out of China, but I think it was like 17 before. So we're building guns, support equipment, trucks, artillery, and then we'll add a little bit of anti-air as well. And that is going to be our basic cream of the crop. So we need a lot of infantry, and then we'll just wheel it out over the rest. Bit of artillery, and then we'll start getting some anti-air in for later on. We'll be needing that. Straight away they are trying to push us up Okinawa, so I'm hoping these divisions will be able to hold. They've got no equipment. There goes Mussolini already. We just need to wait until our divisions can get in. They have got a fair few. We'll hit a little last stand. Equipment wise, we've got 54,000 guns in stockpile now, so we are looking very good on our resources. So we will start getting some new port guards on the go, and we'll get them out on the home island, so that we'll lose a little bit through convoy evading getting to the other islands, but we won't lose as much as if we retreated everyone out of China and lost a few to encirclements and all that. Our air force is reinforced. What we're going to do is take all of our fighters as usual, and we're going to delete them, and then close air support. I don't have the airport on Okinawa, but we do have tactical bombers, so we'll get close air support over the East China Sea. And the Philippines, we still hold the airport, so we will move the close air support to that one and do a bit of CAS. Reinforcements are coming in. There we go. Reinforced Okinawa. So there's only one Marine here now for some reason. They must have retreated. So as soon as he stops, we're just going to counter-attack and take Okinawa back. Reinforcements are getting to the island in the Philippines. The fall of Berlin already. 7th of May on schedule. Got a bit of CAS damage going on. Okinawa is ours. Okay, that is one small victory from the start that I didn't expect to get, which is always nice. These divisions now will take half to the Philippines to reinforce, and the other half can go and reinforce the little border of Thailand and Malaya. Borneo under siege. The jungle will eat them alive. I really should have read up about my Pacific historical naval invasions to give me warning. But it appears the Australians have landed in Borneo, and I have no troops there. Lucky I've got a couple of ports left, so my port guards will be filing in. I'm not sure how strong the Aussies will be there. Navy has reinforced, so we actually start with quite a good navy where we've got 4 carriers and 3 battleships. No real destroyers, 19. So if the Navy goes out, they're basically going to get sunk because we have 0 screen capacity. What we're going to do is take our 20 subs, give them an Admiral which has the Blockade Runner trait. So that we can get Concealment Expert for visibility, and then we'll work towards Seawolf. We can get Lance for some reason, and then we'll go and get the other traits. We'll split them out, put them on reinforcement, and then we will start convoy raiding around the Philippines, South China Sea, anything essentially that is not a shallow sea. So deep oceans is good. Fjords and archipelagos is also okay because it just reduces our visibility. So I think that's okay. It's just the shallow sea we don't want to be hitting. And then the rest of our navy, the big boy chonk, is going to sit in the home islands and do absolutely nothing for probably several years until we can reinforce the destroyers and make sure they don't get sunk. So we won't be using them any time soon. So Okinawa we've held, we just need to hold on to it for 25 days, which as long as there's not a major naval invasion should be fine. Borneo, we've got 109 days to recapture it, otherwise we get -10 war support and -5 stability. So the setting sun gets affected if we don't retake it. Looks like there's not too many troops here, so we might just be able to steal the ports back, which would be really stupid of the Aussies. And you leaving that port means I'm just going to sneak in and take it. There's one troop here encircled. We've got a few more reinforcements. We've still got 75 days, so that's fine. We should be able to do that. Completely lost China now. There's a few little convoy. We are getting sunk a bit, so we do need that range focus a few more days. We're also doing a little bit of sinking, though. And with that last division, that should be Borneo back 67 days. As long as there's not another major offensive, we should now hold that island. The setting sun is lessened, which is good. Range focus, perfect. This is stage 2. So we've got 1,200 of these 0 Sen fighters, which are these ones here. So what we're going to do is... Oh, it's already got drop tanks and the extra fuel tanks. We're going to take these little machine gunnies and we're going to swap them to... I could do fixed explosive for the old kamikaze, but it's probably not wise. It's the torpedo. And then we'll fit it with the range focus, but I do need to go and give it anything that improves small carrier planes max range, which is that one. That's 10%, and there's 15% here. So we want this one and this one, extra 20%, and then we'll do these two next for another 15%, which means now we've got a naval bomber fighter that does 1,300 range. Next focus, I think, will expand the SNLF, and we will get some extra special forces bits so we can work towards some big boy marines to do some conquering. Yamashita, I will save your troops here just to guard the ports, just in case there's any other invasions of Borneo. We've got another 62 days yet to survive before we affect the setting sun. We've got the invasion of Manchuria. So they actually have given us a decision for this. Well, decision prompt rather than just attacking. So the Soviets will be coming in on us in 47 days. Forgot to actually put our naval bombers in. So we'll start making these new 0 Sens with the torpedo. And the reason we're converting these is it's so much cheaper. We've got 1,200 to do. So click the convert. We uses no equipment. And straight off the bat with 10, we're making 2 a day. So we just pump these out so quickly. Some naval invasions are happening. We are guarding the island, so we should be okay. We have got all these other ones we'll start getting out. So we'll do half on the home islands and half on the rest of the Pacific. So I know they're green, but, you know, men in the field. They're big chonky boys, really, for port guards, so they shouldn't have any problem defending the islands. Oh, I lost the Philippines. I didn't notice that happen. There was no weird decision. Okay, my bad. I didn't realise that. We'll have to retake that then. Hirohito wishes to surrender. It's not developed in the Japanese advantage, so we can give up or refuse in peace. They instigate a coup. I mean, none of these sound great, but I'm not giving up. So loyal subjects have done a coup, and we now get militarized government. We lose a bit of war support, and sorry, we gain a bit of war support, and we lose a bit of stability. But we still have Hirohito in charge. So okay. Very random decision. First of our naval bombers are out, so we'll get them over the East China Sea, where it is a shallow sea, and we should be able to catch quite a few Allied subs in it. And we'll also do the South China Sea as well, just because we are almost out of convoys now. We don't have enough for all our supply and our trade, so we definitely need to start hitting the Allied subs hard. The Soviets have declared on us. Unfortunately, it's irrelevant because apart from Korea, we still hold somehow. The war in Japan has continued, so do we have any extra decisions for this? No, nothing at all, so we'll just let the Soviets crack on. The sub-warfare is ongoing. We are now out of convoys. I'm not going to make any because they'll just get sunk. We need to destroy the subs first. I don't think any of these other focuses are actually that important, so I think we'll just go for air production to get a better amount of naval bombers out. So we're making 2.5 a day. What I do feel helps massively, or find helps massively with subs, is building radar stations. We'll build one in Borneo, one in Taiwan, and then we'll build one on the South Home Islands, just to get a good cover of these two sea regions. And I just find it spots the subs for our naval bombers so much better. So we'll start building them after we finish the fort up here on the border with Malaya. Invasion of Japan. Operation Downfall is a go. 5th of October. I don't know if that's historical or not. I assume that's when they were planning on doing it, if, you know, they didn't surrender from the nukes. So we have got a planned naval invasion on the shores. We get 25,000 guns though. I mean, okay, that's fine. And we've got about 15 or so USA divisions. Luckily, we've got a load of port guards here, so we'll quickly grab them and chuck them on the front lines to hopefully stop the Americans. So this is the first big naval invasion we're going to have to deal with. So hopefully we've got quite a few troops here. Operation Downfall is 180 days, and then it's the old setting sun. Now unlocked a few of these decisions so we can help ourselves in this battle for the home islands. We get a bit of weekly manpower and entrenchment with this one. Americans are pushing us quite well. Do they have any sort of bonus? No, not in terms of national spirit. They've got no invasion, which is okay. They are absolutely flattening us though. Why are they so... Have one division there is just crushing two. How is that even possible? 700... 510 country specific bonus. Why on earth have they got that? That's not anything to do with the decision. Am I sure that they haven't got a national spirit? Home of the free, no, 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 no. There is literally nothing that says anything about this. So why have they got this massive bonus? I don't know if I can hold. We'll have to hit the other decision. I'm not sure if I can hold this. They're going to absolutely flatten us. And it's already turned to green. We have got reinforcements flooding in. Have they lost the bonus already? They have. They've already lost the bonus. Okay, no idea what the bonus was or why it's gone. But they have left this crossing open, so we'll jump over to the island. I've gone from absolute panic to we've encircled the majority of their army just by walking in. So if we can take this port, we'll surround it both sides. But the majority of this invasion is now surrounded in this pocket here. And the last few are being crushed, and that is the Operation Downfall dealt with in a few weeks. Went from absolute panic, we were going to get rolled over with a massive bonus, to the Americans really stupidly let themselves get reinforced. So we'll put all our divisions back to port guards now, back to normal. And hopefully there isn't any more big naval invasions like that. I can offer surrender to China, so I'm not planning on invading China anytime soon, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea because I'll have to re-justify, so we'll just leave it for now. Our subs are starting to do a bit of damage, so we are looking better. We are convoy raiding them, all about the supply, and then hopefully hit some of their big ships soon. Got 1944 subs now, so all I'll do is just upgrade the torpedoes and the engines on our 1940 subs, and we'll continue to pump these out just because they're cheaper and have better attack now. Some more PP, so we'll get another military command, high command, anything. Naval strike. Naval strike will be very good for our bombers. Admiral will get commerce radar. We've almost got the Seawolf, just a little bit more, but it means we can now go change our Navy one for carriers, which we're not using at the moment. And when we get a bit... Oh no, we've got enough PP. We need the Commerce Radar Expert, so to help our subs out. I'm going to go pick up the second radar, air-to-ground radar, and once we put them in our planes, they should be able to spot all of the subs. We are starting to destroy quite a bit now. Quite a few subs are going, so our planes are starting to do bits. Oh, another naval invasion, this one from the British. Luckily, I've got Yamashita, and he's got some marines, so we're just going to put them over here to stop the invasion as soon as they land, which they have. They won't get the port. We've got 4 there, so that's absolutely fine. And a lovely little crush of the British there. As long as we hold on to the ports, I'm absolutely under no threat, really, of losing the islands. My God, though, we are starting to attack some subs, aren't we? A lot of Soviet subs as well, so this is good. This is exactly what I want, destroying all of the subs. 2 carriers have gone as well. Oh, USA, you've been caught with your pants down there, haven't you? Nothing else, just 2 carriers. So that is excellent. Just got to hold the island for 10 more days for Operation Downfall. I'm going to change our marines to these 30 width big bad boys. These are going to be what we're using to start retaking the Pacific and land back in China. Jungle are 60 width, so these fit nicely. So air to ground radar 2 gives us -40 to night and sub detection of 10. So that is much better than normally. So these should now be seeing every sub in sight, especially in that shallow. Oh, look at these subs. 2 gone there. 1. We are now cooking. It's 16 there. Yeah, the US subs are gone. How many have they got out of curiosity left? 15. I mean, they've still got... They have as many subs as they have carriers. The British have only got 2. I think the sub problem is dealt with. I can't see the Soviets, annoyingly, but they won't have too many, I imagine. UK is trying to try its luck again. Luckily, we still have these marines here, so we'll just crush them. Again, they can't take the ports. We're too strong, so any troops they land... This is exactly what the Allies were not hoping for, wasn't it? When they land, they're just going to get absolutely crushed by our troops and take a load of casualties. They should have just nuked us. Seeing as all the subs are gone, I'm going to take a few off of making ours, and we're going to need some convoys now. I'm happy to make convoys because they shouldn't be getting sunk now, so we'll quickly start pumping a load of convoys out and get our supply and trade back up together. Our sub fleet is up to almost 50 now as well, so we've got 10 stacks of almost 5 out and about, so we should be doing massive casualties to the convoys. We're actually sort of teetering on getting naval supremacy just from our subs as well, so I think we are almost ready to try our luck with retaking some land. We'll start with the Philippines probably. This does mean I will start getting some destroyers out just because I have zero screen, well not zero, but not enough screening to cover our capital ship, so I don't want to send them out without any screens because the last thing I want to lose is my carriers and battleships at the moment. First of our naval invasions is going to be the Philippines. So we've got Yamashita and his lovely big boy marines. I'm hoping to get naval invasion quickly and then I'll stop it. So we'll get these all set up ready to hit the top island again and start conquering our territory in the Pacific. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take our navy. We're just going to quickly put it so we get green, set Mr. Yamashita off, and then we will put them on hold. I don't want them out fighting because I don't have enough destroyers yet. So they've let our naval invasion go off anyway, so that's good news. They are about to land. Not a lot of the Philippines by the looks of it, which is good. These marines are absolutely cutting it through the Philippines, so we've just crushed the top island. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I think the Americans have abandoned them because of supply issues, so we've only got Filipino troops. Gonna start pushing the balance back towards the army now, so I don't really need any close air support tactical bombers, but I just want to rebalance it. Next islands on our list is Iwo Jima, because that is one of the ones I need for the devastating, burning, bombing, or whatever the bloody national spirit's called now. So we'll hit that from several ways so we don't have to wait too long for the naval invasion to set up. Question is, do I get naval supremacy? No, not in the Mariana Legion. How are we looking? 50-50 almost, so we might be able to grab it if I just hang on a little bit, but I just don't want to get anything sunk. 38% it's at. Oh, he's already engaged. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 19 destroyer. We didn't lose any. Fine, that's fine. But my God, I don't want him engaging in combat. He is being engaged. I'm going to knock these divisions down to just 20 width fighting ones because we're going to start gearing up. We'll add anti-air. We'll start gearing up and we'll get a whole army of these ready to hit China because we are sort of teetering on entering back to the mainland. We'll set up a naval invasion around Hong Kong. I've only got one full army, but I feel like if I could just get a good beachhead, I'll let the Chinese just throw their men at me like the AI always does. just deplete them of equipment and manpower. Well, it won't be manpower, just equipment. And then when I get some more reinforcements, it should be much easier to push out. But I essentially don't want the Chinese sat there just filling their stockpiles full of guns while they're waiting for us. I'm happy for them to engage now. We've got 40 destroyers, so we should be okay. Unless there's a big stack. But yeah, taking out cruisers and destroyers like that, absolutely happy days, no questions asked. So we will start reconquering the Pacific. We do have all green sea now, so let's get our naval invasion off of China. We are returning to China 3 years later after we retreated. So I've landed above Hong Kong, so as long as I can take one port and a tile, just so it's not one port tile I have. So if we can take Hong Kong, hopefully, all of our divisions into this tile now through Hong Kong. So we'll hold one tile and Hong Kong. We'll get a bit of a order on the go. Let everyone funnel into here to hold onto it. We'll get some CAS up over as well. Wow, that is big CAS damage as well, so we'll take that. They shouldn't be able to push. Force attacking, yeah, please force attack all you like. I'll get some collabs on the go in China as well, just to make that a little bit easier, hopefully. And I wasn't paying attention, and the naval invasions went off in Iwo Jima. So we have got the 2 islands here as well, so we'll get some port guards on them. So that is all of the Pacific we actually need to hold on to, I think. It's now just the province in China we need to get rid of the national spirit. Going to continue taking islands in the Pacific though, just to give us a bit more of a buffer around our home islands, and plus the islands that we need for the national spirit, so they don't just get landed on. So we'll start pushing the Allies further and further back. They've got no supply really because of our subs, and we've got quite a chunky navy. There doesn't seem to be anyone on these islands. I think we've just completely starved them out of supply and they've pulled out. So these are just literally land hopping naval invasions. There's not really too many divisions. And the Chinese Civil War to join it as well, while the Soviets try their luck. Communist China's joined the Allies. So does that mean normal China is... Yeah, normal China is now at war with the Allies. Wow, that is absolutely massive for this run. That is brilliant. We have basically got control of the Pacific now, so we've got all green round us. No real naval invasion threat of our islands. Soviets are trying to push here, but I don't actually want them to take the island. I don't want the peace deal this time. Just opening up another beachhead in China for more troops. So our Marines have landed. We'll get another army here. Just want a bigger front line so the Chinese just throw themselves at us. Plus, with the Allies involved now, I kind of need to do bits against China because I don't want the Allies to get a load of war score so we end up losing China. This is exactly what I want. China just to throw themselves at us, waste all of your equipment. We'll take all the casualties from you as well. Our equipment's not brilliant. We do need a bit of supply with trains. We're just lacking a little bit of guns and a little bit of support equipment at the moment. Right, I think we can try and push out a little bit from Hong Kong. Just want to make this bigger. It seems a waste having 24 units here because they're not really countering with that many. So if I can cross the river, we'll see if we can pin this way as well. Hopefully get a bit more land in us. Keep pushing. Let's just keep pushing. We've got China basically on the run. We easily crush through their divisions. Let's get a little bit more of the coastline for the supply reasons, and we'll open their front line up massive. That will do for now. They are countering and not budging at all with us, so we'll just sit here, let them counter and waste their equipment. Their equipment bars are already 3/4 full, so yeah, just throw your guns at us, China. We'll take the war score and your casualties. Is their casualties at the moment. So they're already at 3 million against us, and we're at 176,000. I mean, that's pretty good going. China, you should probably stop just throwing yourselves at us. I think they've had enough, so let's see if we can at least push a few tiles. They haven't got much equipment. Yeah, we do. We absolutely melt those divisions. Brilliant. Right, let's just full on assault then. Let's push China back. We'll hopefully grab a bit of land. We can get some manpower off them and a bit of industry as well while they're on the run. Collaboration governments are popping off as well, so that's a second one. So almost done. One more and we'll have a full collab. Just surrounding the odd divisions on the coastline because they're not moving quick enough, so they'll have to replace these units, which they won't be able to. So massive casualties for them. They haven't really got a lot of equipment at the moment anyway. Allies have nuked some random mountain tile for some reason. No idea why, but fine. The Allies are turning nukes on China now. Right, we'll just beeline for this port here. There's another couple in circles. We'll crush them. They really haven't got any answer to us at the moment, so we will keep rolling China over. Much easier now with our big boy chunky units than it would have been years ago. Excuse me, Soviets. What on earth do you think you're doing? That is quite a few divisions there. This isn't a scripted deal, is it? Well, I haven't had a notification. Lucky I've got some units here that I was about to take to China, so they can quickly reinforce. I don't know how Soviets have managed to do this, because we literally have full naval supremacy. There's no event or anything, which is weird. We have stopped the Soviets, and I think our CAS and subs are now basically draining them of equipment and org, so we should be able to push through. Yeah, we can push back. So all is half saved, I think. Alright, there's a few encircled. They're trying to push out, which they can't. Luckily, we've got so much CAS up over the home island, so we should be fine. No idea how they managed to get this naval invasion off. It must have been a scripted one, I think. Or my main fleet was in port or something. The Soviet Union offers peace. Do I want to take this is the question. I really didn't actually want to this time because I've got enough units in China, but I feel like seeing as it's triggered, I might do... I do also lose Hokkaido as well, the main island, rather than just the little ones. It's probably good for a bit of a rest, I suppose. We can always take the islands back later. So we will accept the Soviets' peace. Oh, it's such a pain to do that, but we will do it. Yeah, we did lose the top island, which is rather annoying, but at least that's one less front line. It'll probably give us about a year before they attack again. And the Soviets have just immediately declared on Greece, which means the Soviets will now be at war with the Allies. So, yeah, I'm really glad I hit that decision now, because it means it's all going to implode in Europe, and that will definitely help us with the distraction. So that is a big win, actually. I'm so glad I did that decision. We will go grab the Prince of Terror now for the non-core manpower, because we do own quite a bit of China, so we'll steal more of their manpower, thank you. China is, you know, quite on the ropes, but we are lacking equipment. Oh, Soviet Union, bore off. Why have you always got to be a pain in my side? Okay, we're back at war with the Soviets again already. I'm going to switch to using mountaineers. So we've got these 25 widths design. These are thick boys for the mountains, perfect width for the 50 width mountains. We will train up 24 of these because we have a specific mission for you. So I know I haven't got the equipment, but all of the new equipment made is going to go straight to you. We are lacking quite a bit, but the Mountaineers will have the equipment they need. Don't you worry about that. Yamashita and your Marines we'll get rid of, actually, to get the equipment from them back. First thing our Mountaineers are doing are taking back our top islands and our islands we have. So this will teach the Soviets a lesson for tricking us into a peace deal and then immediately attacking us. We'll take back our home islands and all the factories and manpower that has. Last few divisions encircled there, they're just melting away. Japan is back under full Japanese control. And the main reason for the Mountaineers, we're going to bring you over to China here, and then we are going to do a field line right here to this province. And that's because that is the last province we need to control. So we'll let them get on over to China and set up. So yeah, the only one we need, we've got Okinawa, Iwo Taiwan, Luzon, which is the Philippines, Marcus Island. We just literally need Sichuan in China. So that's what we're going to go and grab. What I've just noticed is I don't appear to have the... I can't remember what the national spirit was called, but the one that was affecting our army has now gone. I must have done so many missions. I think these Mountaineers should just be able to absolutely smash their way through China. We'll try and grab some victory points and supply hubs on the way and do a bit of encirclement. But once we've hit through, I think they'll just spam out massively. I should have done these Mountaineers before, because my god, these are good. There's a few encircled there we'll just quickly crush, but nothing is stopping them from this opening. We'll make sure we pin the troops, and we'll shorten the front line so the Mountaineers are right at the tip. Must have almost taken the whole province. I think a few more of these tiles. We definitely need this city, so yeah, literally a few more tiles, and this whole province is ours, and that is all we need is the Szechuan for the Szechuan dipping sauce. Oh, I think I've already done it. Oh, I didn't need to take it all at all. We've done it. We have lost the fire, bombing, devastation. We've got factories back. Yeah, look at our factories now. 300 guns a day. We have lost the national spirit. We have conquered all of the province we needed, and we've lost the two massive negative national spirits. So Japan is back on the map, and we are looking like we are going to be chunky fighting boys. Just to prove it, the modifier is still there. The terror, bombing, devastation is gone, and so is the setting sun. We are back as big boys. This should be easy mode now. Right, let's go and get this big encirclement here that's just presented itself. So we should be able to push through there. We're going to mop up China, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do with the rest of this. But we have pretty much saved Japan already. It just depends how much we want to conquer. If I could take this tile here, which I should be able to, yes, with our mountaineers, that is now China split off from India, so the Allies shouldn't be able to push into China anymore. Just got to finish off China before we start taking massive attrition. We are getting to the part of the north where it is a bit of a pain. Let's have a quick look at Europe, should we, as well? So I think, yeah, the Comintern and the Allies are going heavy at each other. The Soviets have also pushed quite far into India here as well, which is something I've never seen. We have pretty much taken a good majority of China. What are they at now? 93. Even with the collaboration governments, you basically have to take all of China. This is an absolute joke, but we are so much stronger than them, especially our mountaineers. Going to start pushing up with some divisions through the south as well. See if we can get Siam back on the map. We've got a bit of Cambodia and Vietnam again. We'll just get a few divisions to start pushing the Allies back into India. There's quite a lot of troops trapped down here. A lot of Chinese troops as well, so they will be knocked off, and then that'll be another front line we can close up, and we'll start pushing against the Soviets in India. Might wait till they capitulate first, but we'll just finish off down here first. Oh, look at these Chinese. That's a good 40 divisions there. We've just encircled in Vietnam. Serves them right, doesn't it? But there we go. That is a big hole. I'm going to just hold the river in India, not push it in yet while we deal with China. That's easy to hold. I don't really have to pay attention. We've conquered the rest of this Southeast Asia, so we just need to finish China off and go from there. 98%. Come on, China. Don't do this to me. Korea, that's not even your land anyway, so that's irrelevant. It must just literally be these last few tiles over here that will make you cap, so we'll take these quickly. And there goes China again. So luckily we actually do have all of the war score. The Allies didn't get enough, so we should be able to take... We just passed a few times. Oh, the glory to the Emperor. We have taken all of China. It's only 1952, so, you know, 7 years after we retreated out of it before, we finally conquered it. There's no decisions apart from whatever this was. No idea, but I was expecting some decisions, which would have been nice. We've got 7.5 million manpower, a humongous industry now, 175 mils, so we are looking very good. The question is, what do I do now? We are in one hell of a spot. I would definitely class this as a win for Japan, but I'm not quite satisfied yet. Seeing as India has capitulated, let's quickly roll into the Soviets. We'll conquer India because that is definitely a rightful Japanese territory. We have fought long enough. We want some extra territory now. Going to push into Soviets as well. We're going to try and see if we can cap the Soviets off and gain, you know, the eastern part of them. We'll grab the supply hubs first and work along the railway. We've got a load of CAS up as well. We're going to push the Allies out of the Pacific entirely. So all of the naval invasions are go. We've got full green navy in the Pacific. We're going to start taking all these little islands, and then we'll move on to Australia, and then we will jump to the US. That'll be the final victory. There's literally no one on these islands. Our subs have destroyed their supplies, so literally every island is just free. India's fallen to us. The Soviets are just crumbling. We've conquered quite a bit of them, so we will keep pushing on. We'll head for the mountains and see if we can take Moscow from the east, which will be a new one for me, I think. And time for the final victory. We will hit the US. I don't know how this is going to go, because normally the Allies are so strong, but they have been fighting the Soviets for like a good 6 years by now. Ooh, not too many seems to be home. Someone in San Francisco, which is a bit annoying, but we should be able to go around them, encircle them and take that. Only one division. We have got a lot landing. They are on the ports, which is a bit annoying, but one division there, so that's fine. We'll quickly surround him and take your port off you. The whole army on the closest island, and they're just getting attrition. So you can now leave this island because we have done our invasion, and we'll get you all over to the west coast of the US. Don't know where the Americans are, but I'll tell you where they're not. In America, because we are just rolling them over. How many we got? 3.3 million, and that's probably 1.5 million Japanese have just flooded into America through California. So we'll keep running on over. We are lacking a serious amount of guns though, almost 100k, but nothing is stopping us. I don't really care. We don't really need the guns. The Soviets are basically fallen. We're over the mountain range now, and Moscow is kind of in sight. How many divisions have America got? They've got like 200 odd divisions, but I have no idea where they are because they are still not in America. So this will be so much easier than I thought it would be, which is very nice for once after this entire game. And there goes America. The United States has capitulated and they've given the land to... Well, no, why is it red? They've given it to the Soviets. Why have you given that land to the Soviets? We'll have to... Fine, we'll just take it off you. It's not a problem. And with the fall of the US, I think we can call this a win. We're in 1954. We've got all of North America, huge amount of the Soviets, India, all of the Pacific, all of East Asia. It's all of Japan. We've taken them from the brink of defeat. We fell out of China, which I bet you all thought I was absolutely mental when I did that. There we have it. The 27th of April start date with the new Pacific update. We have taken Japan and we've saved them and we've created an empire that the Emperor would be proud of, very proud of. The sun never sets on the Empire of Japan. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of this content, please hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. Hit the like button if you did enjoy the video. And thank you much for watching. Peace out.